Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to shine a light on another aspect of the narcissist, because a lot of times when we're talking about the narcissist, we really focus on the narcissism aspect of things. But chances are that narcissist is battling many other things, that you may be realizing. You may not have a name for it, or you may not be putting a finger on it, but you could just tell this person just is very troubled in so many ways, on so many levels, okay? So yes, the narcissist is a character, but a very layered one, okay? And as we get further into the nucleus of the narcissist, you'll find more and more issues that they're battling that, you didn't even know of. And oftentimes, addiction is one of them. And, what kind of addictions? Well, alcohol addictions, drug addictions, sex addictions, shopping. This is that narcissist that really has to look the part. Oh, Cardi B was wearing this, I gotta have it. Oh, they seen this person wearing this on Power, whatever the latest trends are. I gotta have the new Jordans. They gotta stay on top of it, because looking the part, or wearing everything that everybody else wants to have, or they perceive in pop culture, that gives them a pass. If I have all this stuff, that makes me more valuable. This is how plastic and external they are. But ultimately, these addictions are to fill voids for them. It's to cover up for their insecurities. It's escapism. And this goes beyond narcissism or narcissists. People with addictions, period. This is what they're, trying to do. They're putting a temporary Band-Aid over something that's much more deeper and internal, basically. And as we know, the narcissist creates the false self. So how are they dealing? You got to deal with the true self somehow, because just because they created a false self, it doesn't mean that the true self isn't still there, because everywhere that the narcissist goes, they are still with themselves. No matter how hard they try to pretend to be something that they're not, every day when they get up and they look in the mirror, they still have to face themselves. And that's something that they don't want to do. And this leads to these addictions. The fleshly pleasures that can temporarily make them feel good in the moment, stroke their egos, and like I said, escape, the pain that they're trying to mask with their false self. So, letting go of this narcissist is letting go of a whole lot more than may even meet your eyes, because a lot of times they'll work really hard to try to hide these things from you, at least for a certain amount of time. I mean, there may be a point where they may feel like they have you so much until, and they get sloppy, especially the lower range narcissists, and you find these things out. But, by then they have you so enmeshed with them, and the trauma bond, usually the soul ties, and they're hoping that you will be running off of your emotions just like them. Your emotions of feeling love for them will keep you by their side and override your logic at that point. Because these narcissists with sexual addictions, they're the ones passing out these STDs. They're the ones creating babies here and there and everywhere. Okay? It can get very dangerous. Very dangerous when you're dealing with something like this, because, sexual addiction, they sleep with anybody, both sexes, and pretend to be heterosexual. So, it could be saving your life, saving your health, This narcissist picks you up and they're popping pills and drinking lean and on doing crack or cocaine and get in a car accident with you. So, you really have to observe people and their mannerisms and really learn. Everyone should know about this. Children should learn it in school about substance abuse and, addiction so that they can recognize these patterns within people. But, typically they're going to be inconsistent people and unreliable people. Okay, so it just takes you getting beneath the surface with another person so that you can realize this. But that would mean that you would have to stay emotionally objective while you're getting to know them, and not prematurely attaching your emotions, and then you're putting on the rosy colored glasses, and then everybody around you is telling you and you don't see it. And that's just addictions. They could have other mental issues, bipolar, schizophrenia, and then there's different clusters in psychology, the narcissism that goes into cluster B, but there's a cluster A, there's a cluster C, there's a cluster D. They're usually battling so many other things. So this person has a lot more issues than just being a narcissist. And that's why, we can't take things so lighthearted. And, it's a amount of emotional baggage that you shouldn't be taking on. Because, you can't love this person into a healthy space. You can't do that. You can't fix them. All you can do is fix yourself and work on your selection and your standards and what you're requiring of people who can make it into your inner circle and stay there. Sometimes you can let someone in and we're like, oops, I made a mistake. Then you have to correct that, But we have this whole thing with loyalty. Once we let them in, we want to be loyal and ride out to the end, even once they're showing you, look, I don't deserve to be in your circle anymore. You got to keep reevaluating people because they could pretend for a little while sometimes. And maybe during that time, they may have penetrated into your circle some. But then once you start seeing those red flags, you got your eyes open and you stand woke. Okay, yeah, I got to create that distance, or this person has to be cut loose, or, I can't deal with you like this anymore. Or, oh no, this person really isn't my friend. Might not even be an associate. So, take your time with people and don't jump the gun. This is why I tell all survivors, take your time and don't jump the gun. But just realize, the overall message of this audio is the narcissist has a lot more issues than just being a narcissist. Okay? And these addictions are very real. Very real. This is, that's why they can't stay faithful. Some of them can't stay faithful because they are sexual addicts. And if they're not trying to face their wrongs, when is it going to be corrected? It's not. It's not. Because everybody knows on the steps to recovery, the first step is admitting. Okay? So, obviously if they're not even trying to admit these things, they're trying to hide it and wear the false mask, it ain't changing. No time soon, if ever. The chances of changing it is extremely slim. God has to do that, not you. God has to do that, not you. Okay, guys? So I hope, someone receives this message and, really open their eyes to see, look, this isn't something that I need to be taking on. This isn't something that I should be trying to work out. It's over my head. This will drain all your energy. Come on. You guys know how exhausted you are when you're trying to fight for this toxic relationship, trying to fight for this narcissistic change, trying to get them to see the light in the error of their ways, trying to get them to go to counseling and go into programs. You're trying to do that. Let me tell you something else. When it's a recovery situation, people have to want to do that for themselves, not just to fake you out to reel you back in, but to sincerely do it. So if it's your idea, if it's your doing, if you're setting it up, if you're pushing it, then obviously the narcissist is not ready for that change. And it's going to be a lot of false efforts. And that's why it's really hard in codependent situations to watch your loved one spiral down and down and down. But they have to hit the rock bottom. And they can't hit it if you're constantly trying to pick them up. They can't hit it if you keep intercepting it. Let them go on their path and you go on yours. You got to love them at a distance. And this is for those that aren't even narcissists. So it's a whole other situation when they have these issues and they're narcissists, So, you have to step away and love yourself. Because in those codependent situations, it's all focused on them. What about you? What about your energy? What about your life? What about your goals? What about, your resources? What about what you deserve? What about what you want? What about you? It is not selfish to think about yourself. But you're absolutely going to be no good to anybody trying to fix this narcissist. You will spend a whole lifetime and it will run you to the ground. It will run you to the ground. So, be aware, guys. They come with a lot more than you realize. It is beyond just a narcissist. It is beyond that. And that doesn't mean you have to give them more sympathy. It just means you need to understand what you're dealing with here. And you'll never fully understand because you're not them. You're going to know everything that's wrong with them. But trust me, it's more than just being a narcissist. It is more than just being a narcissist. And this is why you have to be careful. You have to be careful because they're unstable. They're mentally unstable. And you don't need that energy around the positive things that you're trying to do for your life. It's going to suck the life from around you. And then suddenly the dark cloud is over you. Now you're inviting that energy into your life and your space. And it's mixing with your positive energy. And pretty soon it's going to drown out your positivity because you're going to be drowning out from your positivity dealing with them. It's going to bring your spirit and your energy down. And now you're a zombie. Now you're literally exhausted and drained. This is why we got to let go. And sometimes we be kicking and screaming because we just don't really get it just yet. But I want you to get it before, it devastates your life any further. They've done enough. You've suffered enough. You've been through enough. Let that be enough. Okay, guys? So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Over 300 videos here to help you understand narcissistic abuse, heal from a toxic relationship, begin the shadow work on yourself, increase your emotional maturity, help you see angles in situations, broadening our perceptions, and much, much more, okay? I offer coaching, guys, if you go to LaKiaCrawford.com. I do voice calls, I do Skype, I do FaceTime over WhatsApp, And I do email coaching because writing is very therapeutic. I have books, guys. You can order them through my website, BahiyyahConversations.com. If you do, you'll get signed copies sent personally from me. Also, you can get them on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com, and CreateSpace.com, but those copies won't be signed. All right. So you can determine which route you want to go with that. I have No Narc Zone merchandise, really cute black and white t-shirts and matching caps and coffee mugs. Those are on LaKeyaCrawford.com as well. I have a support group on Facebook, guys, Lakeya Reflection and Progression Crawford. All right, that link is beneath all the videos. We encourage each other, we laugh, we have fun, we share information, we uplift, we connect, we network. Go ahead on and you can go see what the page is about, and you are very welcome to join the support group, guys. The channel does accept donations through PayPal and Cash App. That information is below all the videos. I even have a wish list, guys, on Amazon. A lot of times survivors like to send me a gift. They think it's more personable than sending the money, and that's fine. So there's plenty of things on the wish list if you would like to send me a gift, and thank you for that. Everything is always so appreciated. I'm trying to think if I've mentioned everything. I believe so. If you want an appointment time that's not on the website, you're free to email me or call me, of course. And I always want to mention that. Or if you just like to set up your appointments the old school way, more personable, that's fine as well. All right. So guys, just receive that message and know that that narcissist is more than just a narcissist. There's more going on with this person. And, they lead double and triple, quadruple lives. Like you never really get to know them because they're always putting on a false mask. You don't really get to know them. But you can feel that vibe, and you can see what they did and how they treated you, and you can see what's voided in their life, their lack of character and morale, and how they can never give you what you actually deserve and what you actually need. And that's really all that you need to know. All right, guys? So keep doing the work. And until next time.